Hi fashion lovers, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this handkerchief flay top aka ikweji top. This handkerchief top is beautiful, stylish, and it is super easy to make. You can make it within minutes even if you're a beginner, and you can see you can make it in any length of your choice. You can make it as a crop top, a normal length, or a longer top. If this looks like what you're interested in learning how to make, then you need to watch this video till the end. Before we start, please do well to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you are new here, and drop me a nice comment. Now let's dive into the tutorial. So for the handkerchief top, you'll be needing about 1 yard to 2 yards of fabric depending on the length of your top. If you're making a longer top, you'll be needing 2 yards, but I'm making use of 1 yard because I want to make a crop top, a very short top. Okay, if you're making a longer length top, get 1.5 or 2 yards of fabric. Okay, first of all, you need to consider your choice of fabric. Your choice of fabric should be a lightweight fabric or medium weight fabric. You don't want to use thick fabric for this top. Okay, you either go for a lightweight fabric or you go for medium weight fabric. Okay, so this is a lightweight fabric. It is crepe. So you start by folding the entire fabric into 2 equal parts. Okay, and then fold again into 4. Okay, arrange the fabric well. So now that I've folded my fabric into 4, you can see that this part is on fold and this part is also on fold. I'm going to take the one on top as the front piece, then the one below will be the back piece. After you have your fabric folded, the first thing you are going to do is to mark the length of the top. Okay, so I am working with top length of 20 inches. So I'll mark down 20 inches as the top length. Now I'm going to mark this 20 inches straight. Okay, starting from this folded part, I'll measure the 20 inches and mark. Okay, I'll move my tape and also mark down the 20 inches. Then connect in a straight form. Then on this folded part too, I will also measure down the 20 inches. That is the top length. Okay, and then go ahead and connect. So now that means that I had to mark my top length in a square form. From here I marked down the top length all the way down. Then from the other folded part, I also had to mark down the top length all the way down. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. The next thing we are going to do is to mark the neckline and the shoulder. Okay, and to be able to do that, I will take the one on top here as the front, while the one down below will be the back piece. Okay, and then this point here will be the shoulder area. Okay, so I will come on this shoulder area and mark down my shoulder width divided by 2. So my shoulder width is 14, divided by 2 will give me 7 inches. But I don't want this top to be extended to my shoulder point. I want to take out 1.5 inches away from my shoulder measurement. Okay, you can mark your shoulder measurement if you want to mark your shoulder measurement, but for mine, I want to take out 1.5. I don't want the top to be exactly on my shoulder point. Okay, so I want to take out 1.5 from my shoulder width divided by 2, and then I'll mark it down here. Okay, this is my shoulder width divided by 2, and I am marking out 1.5 from that measurement. Okay, so that means I have 5.5 left. You can mark your shoulder measurement if you want to mark your shoulder measurement. Okay, then I'll mark it like this, and then I'll mark down my armhole. That is my chest line. Okay, to get your chest line measurement, divide your bust circumference by 6 plus 1.5. So when I do that, my bust is 36 inches, divided by 6 plus 1.5 will give me 7.5. So this is where it is. Okay, but now because this is a handkerchief top, I am not going to be making use of my entire chest line. I'll divide my chest line measurement by 2 and mark it down. Okay, can you see? I'll divide it by 2 and mark it down. I'm not taking the whole chest measurement. Okay, if you take the whole chest measurement, it is going to be too much on you. Okay, so I'll divide my chest measurement by 2 to mark it down here. That will be my armhole. Can you see? Then the next thing I'm going to do is to mark my neck measurement. So my basic neckline is 3 inches. Okay, to get your basic neckline, divide your bust circumference by 12. Okay, so mine is 3 inches and I have 3 inches here. 3 inches width and 3 inches depth for the front neckline. Okay, then I'll go ahead and connect the front neckline. So the next thing I'm going to mark is the back neck depth. So my back neck depth is 1 inch. I will mark it down here. That is my back neck depth, and connect to the neck width of 3 inches that I have there. You can make your neck wider, depends on whatever you want. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and cut out the neckline. So let me cut out the back neckline first. Remember I said that the one under is the back, so I'm going to cut the front neckline now, only the front. You can see that I'm taking only one piece now, I'm not taking the 2. So now, because this is a high neck, my head is not going to pass through here. So because of that, I am going to open up the back a little bit, okay, by 5 inches. Depends on how deep you want the back to be. Okay, let me open mine by 5 inches. So this is the back. The back is now deeper here. The back has a slash through. At the front is a basic neckline. You can reduce the neckline if you do not want the neckline to be basic neckline. Okay, now the next thing we are going to concentrate on is the armhole area. This is the shoulder. Remember, this is the chest line divided by 2 is how I got this point here, and this is my shoulder width. So let me mark down my shoulder width first so that I do not confuse us. Shoulder width divided by 2 is what I have here. But I do not want this top to be extended to my exact shoulder measurement. That is why I've taken out 1.5. You can take out 1 inch if you don't want it to be too small here. If I want mine to be too small, that is why I'm taking out 1.5 here, okay, away from my shoulder width measurement divided by 2. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is to create armhole, because we are not created armhole for this top. Okay, I am going to create armhole for this top, and to be able to do that, so I'll mark down 1.5 to create armhole curve where my hand is going to come out from. Okay, so I'm going to carefully go ahead and create the armhole curve like this. Can you see how I'm drawing the armhole curve? So let me get to the point and mark. So you see, like a curve, you have to give it armhole curve. So I used 1.5 from here. I marked down 1.5 to create a curve for the armhole. You're going to understand better when I open up the fabric. Okay, so just give it a curve from your shoulder measurements. You mark 1.5 to create a curve where the arm is going to come out from. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and cut it out. So this is what I have. This is the armhole, this is the front neckline and the back neckline. Let me open it up so that we will see what we have created. So now this is what I have. So this is the back neckline. You can see the back neckline, the front neckline and the armhole. So this is the armhole that we created. So what I'm going to do now is to go over to the sewing machine and use bias tape to bind all these curves. Okay, you can see that our fabric is in a square form. You can see that it is in a square form. Let's go ahead now and start stitching. Okay, so this is the holes that we have. So I'm going to use bias tape to pipe the holes. Okay, now let's go ahead and pipe the neckline. But before I pipe the round neckline, I want to pipe here first, and then I also want to insert this elastic at this neckline for the button loop. Okay, I want to use it to create button loop for button, because I'll be fixing button here to hold the back neckline. Okay, so let me cut out the button loop. You can cut out 1.5, okay, depending on the kind of button that you are fixing. I will go on now and stitch it at the back. Remember that we slashed the back open. So I'll be fixing it on one point like this, okay? I'll fold it into two like this and fix it here. Very simple. So can you see what I have? This is my button loop now. I'm going to be fixing a small button here to hold the back neckline. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to pipe here with the bias tape, okay? So I'll get the bias tape. I will start. So I'll fold it in and then top stitch, okay? Now you can see what we have. So let's go ahead and pipe the round neckline. Let us pipe the round neckline with this bias tape. So you can see that I folded the edge. Can you see how I folded the edge? So I'm going to go ahead and fold the edge of the other side. So you cut in excess of the bias and then fold in the edge like this, okay? You fold in the edge and stitch. And then fold it in to the wrong side because you see that we stitched on the right side. So we are going to take it back to the wrong side. Okay, and then stitch on it. So this is how beautiful the neck is already. So the next thing we are going to do is to pipe the armhole, okay? So let me go ahead and start piping the armhole. Let us pipe the second one. Now this is what we have. You can see that I've already piped the armhole and the neckline, okay? So this is the second armhole. Now the next thing we are going to do is just to hem the handkerchief top, okay? I am going to start hemming now. Now this is what we have. I am going to go over to my ironing board now and give it a very good press. Okay, so this is the final look of the top that we just made. You can see that the top is in a square form, the two armholes, and then this is the neck. Okay, so let me just go ahead now and insert the button here. And that's it, my beautiful people. Our handkerchief flay top is ready. And this is the final look, guys. You can see how beautiful and lovely this top is. And you can attest to the fact that this top is very easy and simple to make. If you are into ready to wear, you may consider adding this to your collection. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. If you have not subscribed, turn on your notification bell so that anytime I upload any video, you will be notified. And to my old subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back. And thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.